I cannot tell you how many times I have tripped over my light stands. So it's with great pleasure that I share with you my favorite and most underrated piece of filmmaking gear. Meet your new friend, the Varipole. Basically, the Varipole is a tension rod that you can set up vertically or horizontally, and it's a way to attach all your filmmaking gear to it and keep it up and out of the way, or just all on one system. And the best part is that you get 2 Varipoles for nearly the same price as 2 heavy-duty light stands, but the best thing is they take up far less space than a regular light stand. The setup for these is quick and simple. All you do is make sure you buy the right size Varipole. They come in different sizes depending on the needs that you have, so make sure you take a look and measure your space. After that, you extend the Varipole until it's snug, and then you take the handle and lock it into place. This is the tension part of it. It will press the poles further into the points of contact, and then it's perfectly set up. There are 2 strength settings when it comes to the tension of the Varipole. That way, if you have walls or ceilings that you're maybe a little bit less convinced on their quality, you can use something that doesn't press as hard. So after you have the Varipole set up, you're ready to attach your filmmaking gear using grip or rigging gear, which is why the series is named It's Rigged, because in the future episodes of this series, I'm going to be sharing with you helpful gear that helps you rig up your lights, cameras, microphones, anything you can imagine in useful, helpful, and unique sort of ways. So if you're not subscribed already, you should be so that you don't miss out on the future content. Now in my office, which is where I primarily use the Varipoles, I have one set up horizontally that has 3 lights on it that I use for my background and backlights. And then I also have 2 of them set up vertically, and that holds my paper roll backdrop system that has a pulley and all sorts of stuff, which we will cover in a future episode. Other ways to use the Varipole is to attach microphones, cameras, overhead rigs and such, or some people like to have an all-in-one YouTube setup where they just use one Varipole and attach your camera, microphone, lights, and everything they need just to one permanent setup. Now there is something you should keep in mind, is that there is a load capacity on these Varipoles, so you can't put super heavy gear on it, especially when it's horizontally. The one that I have, I don't have very much weight on there. I definitely wouldn't exceed anything that's more than 20 pounds. If it's helpful to know, I've had my 3 lights set up on it for over 9 months. The Varipole has been set up in the office. I've had no issues with it. It hasn't moved. It's been nice and sturdy. Now it is worth mentioning that you might think these Varipoles are a lot like task poles or work poles is sometimes what you might hear them called. Those are really handy for other solutions, but they certainly can't handle heavy filmmaking gear. That's what Varipoles are designed for. They're for filmmaking gear. So if you want to make sure your gear is protected, it's best to use the Varipoles. Task poles, work poles are great for other filmmaking solutions, which I have made a video about. So if you want to watch that, go ahead and watch it up here. Everything I've mentioned is linked down below. If you use it to make a purchase, I appreciate that. But I would definitely recommend getting a Varipole because they are super helpful when you need to redeem your floor space. Maybe you're in small situations a lot, or you want a permanent setup. Personally, I have removed almost all light stands from my office, and it has been great because the space is small and I have reclaimed a lot of that space now. With that, be on the lookout for the next videos in the series, or just check out the ones that have already been made right here. Thanks for watching.